Hello. Are you excited for this week's episode? I was. Believe me, I was. Until I found out that in the original broadcast of this episode, there was no audio. Just me muted, shouting in excitement about God knows what, because you won't know. Someone even suggested for me to just voice over and ADR it. Yeah, you expect me to remember word for word 37 minutes of me ranting in excitement. Word for word, pace by pace. And then just dub over myself. No. So I'm both excited and lachrymose because I have to do it again. This was a great episode. What episode was this? Kamen Rider Gavv episode 46, Shouma's Determination. And yes, we have a confirmation date for Kamen Rider sets. As I predicted, it's going to be September 7th, Japanese time zone, which means that we only have up to 1, 2, 3, 4 more episodes. Maximum 4 more episodes. It's not quite confirmed if there's going to be a total of 49 or 50 episodes. But, yeah, maximum 50 episodes in total. So, yeah, this is the end game. This is part 2 of the end game. Are you excited for this? Let me tell you, I was freaking out watching this episode. And let me tell you, watching it again just to redo this entire review, I was still excited. It was literally Day of Black Sun. Everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. Now, alrighty, here we are. And, oh boy, where do I even begin? Well, obviously, I'm going to do it the same way I did in my first attempt at doing this review. I'm going to focus on the B plot first because I want to get that out of the way. And yeah, I spent 7 minutes going off on that B plot. So let me get to it. First, let's recap where we're at so far. Shouma and Gavv went into an agreement. They would combine their resources and Shouma's abilities in order to assassinate a President Jaluduk and install Shouma as the new president of the Granute world, seal off all the doors to the human world, which means no more access to humans as an ingredient, which means no more dark candy, no more Granute desire to go to the human world or even become addicted to consuming humans. But this does mean that he may have to say goodbye to his friends for good. So he left alone. Cut to present day. Sachika is pissed. And rightfully so. Because, yeah, Shouma didn't say goodbye. He just left a letter. It's like, I love you guys. You're great, but I have to leave. And she's like, this is some bogosity of the highest order. And I don't believe Shouma for a second. How dare he leave without telling us? And more importantly, how dare he leave to do this whole thing by himself? So our trio, obviously they don't have access to the doors between doors, so they're gonna have to look for them everywhere. And it just so happens that while they were searching, Sachika of all people, because it's always Sachika, spots that a bunch of part-timers are returning to the door. There's a reason why they're returning, which is related to the A plot, which we'll get to in a minute. And amongst the ones that are returning, yeah, some of them are confronted by Longo of all people. Yeah, Longo. Yeah, that weirdo that Sachika keeps running into. And he just assassinates one of them. Just pulls out a giant sword and just... She's like, "You're Longo? You, this old time? You're Shouma's older brother?" Because she knows that Shouma's older brother's name is Longo. But she doesn't know that this guy in particular is him. And Sachika, the badass, grabs a broom and is just like, "On guard! Like, I'm gonna kick your ass for being so disrespectful to your own part-timers." Yeah, Sachika, the goat, the goat. And he's like, "Why do you care? They're my part-timers. I could do with them as I please." And she's like, "No, you have to take care of your part-timers. You have to concern yourself with their happiness." It's like, well, let me tell you something. If you're concerned about your part-timers' happiness, then what the heck happened to Shouma? Because in case you haven't figured it out, and by the way, at this point, Hanto and Lakia show up, and they're trying to keep Sachika from trying to fight him because they know he can mark her in a minute. She doesn't care because she is that tough of a cookie, and boy, do I love. And he's like, "Listen, my younger brother, Shouma's older brother, our middling brother, Nyelv, he's trying to manipulate Shouma into killing the president. So, do with that information as you will. I'm just going to conveniently leave this door to the Granite World open. I'm going to conveniently forget to close it, and I'm going to walk off. What you do with this situation is completely up to you. Bye." And and Longo just walks off. It's like, I'm surprised. Yeah, he could have went in with them. He very well could have, but he didn't. So I'm curious where they're going to go from here with him. But I love how Sachika is gung-ho about going to the Granite World. Of course, Lakia doesn't let her go because she's a full human. Lakia, he is a Granite. He can turn into his Granite form, no problem. Hanto, he's at least a writer. And, given the fact that he has that surgical implant, maybe he might give off the odor of a Granite, so as long as he disguises himself, he should be somewhat okay. But Sachika, she's a full human. Everyone's going to come after her like piranhas. Now, here's where I start to nitpick. I don't have a problem with it just being the two of them going in there. But let me tell you why it would have been better if Sachika did join them. And again, this is strictly nitpick. This episode is already amazing. This episode is already fantastic. But let me tell you how this episode that's already good could be better. I hate having to reference that person. Because if Sachika goes to the Granite, okay, first of all, the fact that Lakia saved a bunch of people in the previous episode means that, yeah, there could be an intake of humans who, an uptick in humans who think that maybe not all Granites are terrible, and maybe we could be friends with them because one of those Granites turned into a rider, and that rider saved us. We've also have reports that there are some Granites who are good guys that could be helpful. That little kid from the first episode who came back in the flashback, in the clip show episode, he could spread the word. A Sachika could spread the word. The Wagashi kid could spread the word. But what about the Granite opinion on humans? humans. Okay, so here is what I think they should have done. Here's why I think Sachika should have joined. First of all, you have that added danger because you have to disguise Sachika and you have to protect her. And given what's going to happen later in the episode, that's going to put more danger to the situation. It'll make it more dire. It'll be a higher level of excitement, even though there already is a lot of excitement. It's really exciting. But let me just say, if you added Sachika as a variable, that would make things a lot more interesting. And also, think of it this way. What if Sachika bumped into a Granuge child? And that child, and that child might get scared of her because it's like, oh my god, it's a human. What's she doing here? Oh my god, it's a human. But what if Sachika for example, gives that Granuge some candy or something? Just give an example. That child might think, hey, maybe humans aren't so bad. And if people found out that dark candy is made of people, maybe they're gonna be like, wait, so this confection is made out of these nice people? That's messed up. We need to get rid of dark candy for good. And I'm telling you, that could have worked. That could have totally worked. That would have been a great way to bridge that gap. It will give more reason for both humans and Granudes to unite to go up against President Shaludik. I mean, it's already stated that the general populace don't like President Shaludik. We're not 100% sure how he came into power in the first place, but it's assumed that he used dirty tactics in order to reach the position of power. But really imagine if there was a situation if we're given more reason to oppose him, more reason to rebel against him. That would have been amazing. And Sachika would have been that perfect bridge, just like how Lakia is the bridge to human. Well, Shouma and Lakia can be the bridge for humans to feel comfortable with Granudes. Sachika and Hanto should be the bridge to have Granudes join forces with humans. Make it reciprocal. But no, Sachika's not here, so it is what it is. So we're gonna switch back to the A plot because the B plot basically pauses right here. So what happens in the A plot is Shouma and Lakia go to the boardroom for the Stomach family, and here Yelv explains what's the plan. He gives the bake gun that Suga used to brainwash people. He says that while this hypnosis ray is very effective against humans, it is very unstable towards Granude. You might have 3 minutes of mind control. So I'm going to distract Lacelle and G while you go after President Shaludik. If you manage to paralyze him for 3 minutes, you could use your final form in order to land one solid hit in order to defeat him once and for all. And then, of course, we can install you as president, and then we can just close all the doors to the Granude world. And yes, I'm going to recall all of the part-timers to return to the Granude world. I can't do it right away, though, because I don't want anyone to get suspicious. Hence why a lot of the part-timers were returning. Okay, so here we have Shouma going back to his old bedroom where he lived throughout most of his childhood, and he gets a flashback of his mom wanting to go to the human world and eat human snacks, and of course,
I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing.
I'm just kidding. That doesn't apply here because that is a legitimate flashback. No, but for real though, it's really touching And of course, Shouma has to like remember everything he's leaving behind in this process. Meanwhile, Niel goes back to his personal office, and he tries to call in Jeeb and Lascelles to come to his room for a moment. Now, of course, as they're planning on as they're walking to his office, he thinks to himself, "Well, I returned all the human presses, but there's still the matter of the dark candy that has already been made." And that raises an interesting question: what would we have done with the dark candy that's already been manufactured? Well, Niel's solution is, I'm going to use it on upper class people and politicians, just like how President Shaludik was planning on doing, in order and use dark candy to make Shouma the president. I'm curious, how would Shouma respond to this being how the dark candy is used? Because I'm pretty sure he would probably want to become president by legitimate means. I mean, after all, this gelatin has human blood in it, but it is very interesting to think about because everything has its own purpose, and Shouma is on the up and up. Nielv not so much, but Nielv feels like he has to use dirty tactics, and of course he himself has his own flash.
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally.
Just kidding. But for the first time, we see Nielv's childhood, and turns out his grandpa was kind of a jerk. He's like, "Your dad was useless, and so are you. Longo, he can actually have a potential future, but there's no way you will amount to what Longo's capable of." And I'm like, damn, your grandpa is such an asshole. But yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah? Well, we'll see just how far I can take this company with Shouma's help." And then, of course, Jeeb and Lascelles show up. It's like, "What do you want?" "Oh, I have the latest battle data. Here, let me show it to you." Inside the secret room, and you use the bookcase to open a secret compartment to get into the room. Obviously, he plans on trapping the three of them in that room so that no one can interfere with Shouma going after the president. And that's when Nielv sends out a Gochizo to let Shouma know that the coast is clear. Now this Gochizo is actually is an ohagi flavored Gochizo. And of course, ohagi is basically a variation of wagashi. As we mentioned in a past episode, wagashi has many variations. There's like a sponge pancake type wagashi. There's mochi type of wagashi. I mean, in general, wagashi uses rice dough in order to make seasonal confections, and wagashi in particular uses red bean as a dye to make it all purple. Now, obviously, I'm not a fan of. Now, me personally, obviously, I'm not a fan of rice bread, or well, not rice bread. I'm not a fan of just like using rice flour in general. And red bean, I'm a little allergic to. So I decided to do something my own rice-based confection, and lo and behold, I made champorado onigiri. Now, obviously, onigiri in itself is actually a very popular snack in Japan. Put simply, it's a rice ball. It's a rice ball. It's a rice ball. That's what it is. It's a rice ball. It's not a donut. It's not jelly flavored, though I did make a jelly flavored onigiri way back when, as a joke, as a reference to Pokemon. But no, it's this is different. This is a champorado onigiri. So for those of you who don't know, champorado is actually a Mexican confection. It's basically a mix of rice, wheat, and chocolate. Which is the Mayan word for chocolate. And basically, it's used as both a beverage, but in the Philippines, they have chocolate flavored rice pudding, also called champorado, where they use chocolate and rice, but they top it off with condensed cream as sort of a drizzle. But here I decided to use it as an onigiri, so it can be like a handheld snack. And yes, I actually made about a dozen of them for both my Mexican and Japanese friends, because it's a cross of both cultures, and and my friends of both cultures approved of it. So I'm glad y'all. I'm glad that my Mexican friends approved of the chocolado aspect, and I'm glad that my Japanese friends approved of the onigiri aspect. So yes, part of snack making is trying to make something unique and original of your own. And this is my take on combining both Mexican and Japanese confections. And yes, here is a second one right over here. It's freshly made, so it's still a little sticky, but it's really tasty. Yeah, I used a couple of spices to give it a little extra kick. Yeah, it's no wagashi, but it's really fun to make something that's uniquely original and your own. Now, yeah, so Shouma gets to go ahead to basically dress up as Nyelv. And let me tell you, Shouma's actor dress up as Nyelv. Oh man, he is so dapper. Like, geez, that boy is so dapper, with or without the glasses. Just look at it. Just look at it. Damn. Just look at it. Oof. Oh, yeah, no, he's like, honestly, like, even if you're stray, like, you might get bi-curious with this dude. But yeah, no, it's like, and he just like waltzes his way to the president's office, tells one of the Secret Service members, yeah, I'm here for no, it's me, Nyelv. I'm here for a meeting with the president. Oh yes, Nyelv, come over here. I'm like, did you really fool this guy? Like, do they not realize that you're not really Nyelv? And then he walks up to President Shluda. It's like, oh, Nyelv, what are you doing here? I'm like, wait, you're fooled by this too? It's like, I'm here to discuss the latest information about the research we're doing. Oh yes, our secret plan. So Nyelv, tell me what's up. And it's like, I'm like, he's really falling for this? Yeah. So yeah, my budget ran out on the last experiment I did for the project. So I may need I may need some more cash. It's like, oh really? You're here for cash? Well, Nyelv, well, if you give me that tablet to see your latest findings, I might be able to give you another check. And like, he hands him the tablet. He's like, here, look closely into this tablet and observe all the information that's written on there. Why, of course, Nyelv, that's exactly what I would like you to do. It's like, wow, he's really falling for this. And as his eyes are just pinpointed on that tablet, grabs his gun, like, you will not resist. It's like, oh my god, he pulled it off. Like, there's no way it's that easy. But then, that's right. He was not affected by the paralysis.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, so, Nyelv, you tried to betray me. Did you think that I would let you have access to a granule with the power of hypnosis if I didn't already do a little something on myself to make sure that I was immune to its effects? But look at you trying to betray me, Nyelv. I never imagined you, of all people, would try to do that. I'm like, wait, hold on. You still think that's Nyelv? He's like, okay, it's now or never. So Shouma like uses his Gochi pod to transform into Master Gavv. It's like, you're the red Gavv. I thought you were Nyelv. See, humans all look the same to me. I can't tell you apart. I'm like,
Oh, hell no!
Wow. Wow. Just
What the hell is that?
like, bruh, I can't believe you're that racist, man. Wow. Wow. Oh man, I've had a whole week to digest this episode, and wow. Yeah. So yeah, the Secret Service starts firing at Shouma, and they start throwing knives at him, and he's dodging them left and right. We have so many JoJo moments, like Sawardo, Tokyo Tomare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Time, resume. And I'm like, watching him fight the Secret Service is so damn freaking cool. Oh my god. Like, it is so effing beautiful watching that play out. It's just très magnifique. It's just, oh my god, it's so amazing, so beautiful. I love watching this. This is so freaking awesome. And yes, while Niel and Hanto are like in disguise, you know, no, sorry, not Niel, but while Lakia and Hanto are disguised, like they see like the explosions happening in the castle. So of course it's like, oh my god, Shouma's in trouble. And by the way, that scene right there, when they're on the streets, that would have been the moment where Sachika would have would have had an encounter with the Granhued kid if they inserted her into that scene. Just saying. I know, like, nitpick, but just saying. And yeah, like Shouma is like having this epic fight against the Secret Service. It is so freaking beautiful. But then once he incapacitates most of the Secret Service members, like they got automatics, they got knives, and like he still fights them all off. And like he makes like a last ditch punch where like he turns into his overform and like tries to land a hit from behind, and the president's like, Shouma, sick boy. Bruh, like with a word, he immediately just stops all that momentum. It's an oh hell no moment. But yes, everything that could have went wrong went wrong. It's literally the day of Black Sun. And then once the president tries to take care of business by himself, it goes nuts. Like he's just like you basically using an ulcer gauntlet like from Iron Man. He doesn't actually have a gauntlet, but he still fires like he's Iron Man, like and Shouma is like on the run. Like at this point, the tables have turned against Shouma. And there's a point where one of his laser attacks just hits Shouma in the leg, and he's just on the floor, unable to run. And the president is ready to make one last attack. And as soon as it fires, out of nowhere, Lakia shows up with his shield, like, and Hanto has to like brace him from behind, like it's the dodgeball episode of Hunter x Hunter where you needed Gon, Killua, and Hisoka working together just to stop the dodgeball. It was so brilliant, like oh my god. So yeah, it's like Hanto has to grab Shouma, and then they have to go on the run. Like freaking Lakia has to like block attacks from all of the Secret Service members, while Hanto has to carry Shouma all the way back to the door, like the president, he's just like walks it back. He just walks back, and at that point, Yelv and the Jaludics are like they hear the rumblings. It's like, what is that? And then the president shows up. Oh, nothing to worry about. Yelv turns around.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!
Like, bruh. Like the look on his face, it's like, oh, it's nothing for you to worry about. Now, kids, do you mind leaving for a moment? It's time for Nielv and I to have a little talk about our agendas.
We are a secret club because of our agenda!
Yeah. Nielv is Foxtrot, Uniform, Charlie, Kilo, Echo, Delta. He is not in a good place right now. He's not in a good place right now. Meanwhile, everyone's running it back. And by the way, again, this is another good point why Sachika could have been in the scene. Because yes, you have to block all these attacks to protect Hanto and Shouma from so that they can make it across. But imagine having to defend Sachika at this point. And mind you, the Secret Service, they don't give a damn. They're gonna fire towards civilians if it means taking down the 3 riders. So imagine if Sachika tries to help out a child who got separated from their parent, or a child got injured and they had to help, and she had to stop to help the child. That would have added more to the tension. Like imagine Villamax from the penultimate episode of Lost Galaxy. We have to help that little girl escape from all that rubble while all the Stingwingers are going full kamikaze on the Zords. Like, more variables, more tension. Again, as it is, it's still good. But imagine adding more tension by having her physically present. And added to that tension, imagine if part of having to protect Shouma and Hanto and Sachika on top of that, Locke had to sacrifice himself or take a few bullets just to save Sachika. Add more drama to that. Don't get me wrong. It's still good as is. But imagine if it was done different. Exactly as I described. But nevertheless, they're running. They're trying to escape. The Secret Service are coming from all angles. They finally made it to that corridor, and it just straight line across. This is the moment where Lakia could have sacrificed himself, by the way. So Lakia just throws his shield at a Secret Service member. It ricochets like Captain America's shield, knocks out 2 of them, and then they make a final dash towards the end. Oh my god! And then the last Secret Service member, he just starts sprinting for them like a freaking T-1000, and then once he make it all the way to the door, Lakia has to barely close it just to stick the landing and make sure that last Secret Service member doesn't follow him. Oh my god. So much tension. I'm just exhausted and out of breath just having to describe that because that was just so epic. Yes, we do have a bit of an epilogue to this episode. Sachika reprimands Shouma, even butting his head. It's like, you idiot, how dare you leave without telling us? You want to do this all by yourself? What? And you're going to leave to the grounded world without coming back here? You're going to say goodbye to all the snacks you love so much? If you are not going to be happy ever again, how can I be your boss? Oh my god, Sachika, you're such a goat. You're such a goat. Oh my god, you're such a goat. there's no more comments to say about how goated she is because she's just that goated. But yeah, that's where the episode ends with what is effectively our end game, because next week the invasion begins. While we had the Day of Black Sun just now, Sozin's Comet is coming. Oh boy, 3 or 4 episodes left in the series. How does this play out? Oh my god, I'm on the edge of my knees. My fingers are trembling in excitement. How is this gonna end? Oh my god, like honestly, I feel like a kid again. I feel, well, not so much a kid. I feel like a teenager again. Like watching Sozin's Comet, like I did for the first time way back in 2009, I think it was. Hold on, when did Sozin's Comet air? Hold on, Sozin's Comet air date. Yeah, July 19th, 2008. Oh my god, feels like July 19th, 2008 all over again. Can you believe it's been 17 years since the finale of Avatar aired? And let me tell you, it feels like we went 17 years back in time. Because this episode, so brilliant. I can't get over it. It's just that phenomenal. It's a 10. Like the choreography, the dramatic tension. We get a little bit of Lockheed, not Lockheed. So we get a bit of Niel's backstory, finally. And we're left with a very uneasy situation. And we have a week to wait to find out. Well, about less than 24 hours is the time of this re-recording. I don't think I have anything more to add. Like I said, like even though they could have done things to improve on this episode, those improvements that I would suggest, they're just nitpicks. As it is, this episode is a 10 out of 10. A perfect 10. It could have been an 11. But that's fine. It's still a 10, even without those changes that I suggested. What are your thoughts on this episode? Let's see. Surprised you have to redo this episode, but that's okay. I love hearing your opinion on the show. I mean, it's a darn shame that the audio was just not there. Like I didn't even know until rewatching the episode, because believe it or not, I do rewatch my broadcasts week by week because I just have to. I love making sure that like I'm on the up and up on the quality control, and I want to make sure you guys enjoy the podcasts. So yeah, I was really surprised and disappointed that I had to redo this episode. And yes, I had to make new champurrado onigiri just to compensate for that, because I had like a dozen champurrado onigiri like on a plate to show during the original broadcast, but since then I already fed that to many of my friends and they all enjoyed it. So in order to to do this broadcast, I had to make more. Yeah. But with all that said, but I also had more time to just soak in the contents of this episode. My opinion had minimal change between Tuesday and today, but it is what it is. What was that thing you made in the original broadcast? Oh, champurrado onigiri. Now you know what it is. Hopefully you actually heard me say what it is and the story behind it. Are you excited for Zets with the new info? Yes, I was right. It is September 7th, Japanese time zone. But I think one of my most favorite things is that Sai from Kamen Rider Geats is her actress is now gonna have a main role in the series. So I'm excited. I mean, there's more to take away from the from the press release. But honestly, for me, that's the part I enjoyed seeing the most because Sai deserved better indeed. I'm glad she's finally gonna get some. She's finally gonna get some love. But yeah, with all that said, guys, that's it for the comments. We hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos, and to be sure to share videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. We only need 10 more subscribers on our YouTube channel to reach 3,000 subs. And once we get 3,000, we're going to have a special stream for you guys because we love you all. And yeah, throughout the week, we discuss Ultraman Omega, Kamen Rider Gavv, #1 Sentai Go Juger, and Kamen Rider O's. That's right. Every week we do an old season of Kamen Rider, and currently O's is the season that we are doing. In fact, I'm going to switch over this background because of how cool it is. And yes, the next broadcast we are doing is, in fact, Kamen Rider O's and W featuring Skull, the movie War Core. That's right, the winter film that crosses over the first 2 Neo Heisei seasons in what can be described as one of the top 5 Kamen Rider movies I've ever watched in my entire life. But with that said, guys, we love y'all. Be sure to watch our interviews and our vlogs. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss various movies as well. And we have new interviews on that channel, so be sure to check those out. I already completed an additional interview, and I'm currently editing a vlog for you guys. So definitely plenty of content to go. And for those of you who did not watch Go Juger review this week, yes, I've met 4 Red Rangers. So yes, there's 5 of us Red Rangers, and yes, 3 of them are Jew Ranger, which is awesome. And yeah, just a fun thing for you guys to keep an eye out for. But until next time, please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones. We'll see you again next time. Goodbye.